Welcome back to the wrench bench. We're still working on our 2025 XRAY XB2 Carpet Edition. I've trimmed out the wing that came with the kit. It seems to be pretty thin, but that's all right. I've got a host of other wings that I can use once this one gets beat up a little too much. I'm not a big fan of trimming out wings. And one of the things, I've never had one that had these little sections of relief that are meant to go kind of around the shock tower. So those are kind of like a little tricky bit to get in and out of. There are indentations on the wing, so you can find the correct location for your kit. The way this sits in the forward position, I'm just going to go ahead and use a little marker so that I absolutely know exactly which indentation I'm using. It does line up nicely though with those little cutouts for the shocks. So we're going to use that one and that one. There we go, that's perfect. And then we will use a reamer to go ahead and enlarge in those holes. So we got this one right here. And this is not a super high quality reamer, but I don't use it a heck of a lot, and so it works just fine for me. This is the ProTech one, and I'm just going to get that big enough so I can slip it through, screw it easily. Maybe just a little bit bigger there. And then it's kind of built up some of the Lexan on the other side, so I just run it the other side to trim that. And if I need to hit it with a knife, then I can. There we go, that looks good. And screw goes through there perfectly. Not loose, but not too tight either. Just make sure I've got the right spot again. Yep. There we go. And it looks like we got that to about 3 millimeters, which makes sense for the screws. So we'll try to do the same thing on this side. And again, I just flip it around to deburr. And I don't apply too much pressure. I am not a Lexan expert or a body painter or anything like that. There we go, that fits through there perfectly. Good. Slide that cover back on there. And I'm using the Whitz Racing wing buttons. I use those on my other buggy. More than anything, I just like the color to accent the rest of the kit. Nothing wrong with the plastic ones that are included with the kit. I actually find these make great supports for the truck body where it mounts. So I'm keeping those for my XT2, where the wing mounts through the body. Including those really makes a much better fit on that. Toughens up the wing on the back of the truck. And sticking with that black theme, like with the turnbuckles, I think these are going to look really good together. I am using a slightly longer screw. I think the kit indicates to use an 8 millimeter. I believe these are 10. You know what I will do? They're slightly thicker, but if I put the screw right through there, I can compare what the thread amount is going to be, and that is just about the same. So you got the thicker wing button but a longer screw, so that'll work good. And you can see here where these notches fit perfectly around the lock nuts on the back side of the wing. So I'm not sure why you would want to take off the lock nuts on the back side of that shock tower. Maybe it's meant just designed to flex a little more without running into the nut. That must be what it is. So we're gonna tighten those up. And then I will probably go back at a later time and use the body reamer to add a bunch of holes in the back side of the wicker back here. And one of the things I like to do on the Whitz racing products, their flying W is included on that. And so when I screw down these wing buttons, I just try to have that in the forward position. I think it just looks a little bit better. So we're gonna do that. There we go. So that concludes mounting the wing and also the use of the Whitz Racing wing buttons. Thanks for tuning in.